they prey on women who are vulnerable.
Okay.
Women who are not confident about themselves. Women who wants to appear with something that looks good out there and they
Yes.
don't have it. But the other thing that they do, these gold diggers and fundis, is that they have mastered the art of being good in bed.
Okay.
So they'll give you the best sex ever. And that
Yeah.
no, they say, but I'm in bed. They bring Mpesu left, right, and center. They don't play like that. Mpesu is always working for them.
Sex is a trader here.
Yeah.
They trade with it.
Yeah.
This men gold digger. So they exchange all the luxury they get
Remember,
for sex.
So these ones are intentional in terms of we only date older women because we want to be mothered.
Yes, Sanbonani, Dumelang, greetings. This is Insightful Exchange. We are here today, and we really are so thankful that you can join us. And as you have been with us for some time now, and we really challenge you that stick with us if you really want to learn more about life and to understand life and to deal with matters of life. We are family-centered. And we are here today. We are greeting you. I am not alone. I am with my dear friend. How are you, sir?
My good sir, I'm fabulous. And how are you this afternoon?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
In South Africa, it's winter now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's getting cold.
And it's getting cold, man. And we don't know our viewers where they are. How do they feel?
Hey, maybe it's also cold for them out there. Usually people say it's cold outside,
Yes,
And I'm just curious to know, Guti, Namhlanje, is our topic cold or hot?
Hey man, our topic, it makes me warm.
I hope it can make our viewers warm as well.
Yes, it's hot, man.
Yeah.
It's hot.
Yeah, man.
Look, we have been hearing and talking in the medias and everyone speaking about women who are gold diggers.
Yeah.
And whenever people see women looking otherwise and all of that, say this is a gold digger.
Yeah.
But our society have never been talking about men who are gold diggers.
Hey, Mfundi's icon.
Oh man. I'm really warm, and this topic is hot.
Yeah, I can hear that.
Because one would not think to say there are men who are gold diggers.
Yeah, man. Do we even have that, Mfundisi?
Hey, let's look at it. There are men who are gold diggers. It's just that the society does not talk about them.
Yeah.
And because now our people, they know that we touch those topics, that which are less spoken about. And also, whenever we engage on any topic, we don't favor anyone. We attack matters in a raw way as possible.
Yeah.
We are dry. We say, love us or hate us.
Dry wine.
But we're going to talk the truth as it is.
Yeah.
And we are looking today on the men who are gold diggers. And these are the men that which run after women that have got Machangura. But you are here, man, to help us today. You are here to help us today in really deliberating on the subject and to get into this subject and that our viewers, our people that are following us can really get into this.
Yeah.
I want us to start to understand probably in the to help our viewers. Sometimes we say this is a gold digger. How can we explain a gold digger? What in definition or in explanation? What's the meaning of being a gold digger? Because someone, when you say is a gold digger, will say that guy is working in the mine.
In the mine, he's doing something good, digging for gold.
Something, that is working in the mine, is digging for gold. But let's work with this term. What does it mean?
To make it easy for you, these are the guys who see a woman
Yes.
who is well off, and in her they see a mine.
Okay.
So they go start a relationship with this woman purely for financial reasons.
Sure.
They want the assets, the money, and everything that this woman has. They don't really want that woman. You know? And you spoke earlier on and you said society does not speak about this at length. And there's a reason why as well, that also the women that are involved with these partners, they can complain about them. I mean, I do a lot of counseling, and I'm sure you can appreciate that.
Yes.
That even when they come for counseling, it's still embarrassing for them to say, I'm the one financing his lifestyle. Because they don't want to be seen as though they are buying this man to be in a relationship with them. So the women themselves are embarrassed. So the society doesn't want to speak about that to protect the women, from the society to say, he hasn't bought himself the flowers. The guy bought him the flowers. But we know that these women are buying themselves the flowers through this guy. And so the men themselves, they portray a picture of somebody who's taking care of his woman. Meanwhile, it is the woman who's giving him the money to take care of her.
Sure.
Sure. So that's the reason why it's not necessarily spoken about at length, because it's a well-kept secret. People must not know that I'm actually the one who's paying for this guy to be with me in a relationship. So these guys are very smart, Fundis.
Okay.
It's not just any guy who becomes a gold digger. These are well articulated and conscious guys. They are very neat. They are very sharp. They are very charming. They dress very well. They are well spoken. And so
you can't refuse them.
No, you can't. And they appear to be knowing it all. They are clued up in terms of current affairs. They've got knowledge of a whole lot of things. They can engage at very different levels.
Intelligent.
Yeah, they're intelligent, to an extent. It's like they are making gold digging, a career.
Wow. Wow.
No, really, they do that. And there are those who are extreme, and there are those who are doing it moderately.
Okay.
But before we even go there, I also want us to draw a distinction between the real gold diggers and those are the guys who are, and I spoke about, they are making gold digging a career.
Yes.
So for them, it's a game, it's a career. This is how we live our lives. And we'll talk about that later. And then we've got sugar babies.
Okay.
And then these are the men who go out and get involved with older women also for the purpose of obviously getting money from these women.
Okay.
And we call them sugar babies. They just want to be babies. And they want to be babied in essence.
Okay.
And then we've got the lazy ones. These are the ones who are married, but they don't want to work. They want their wife or their partner to support them. And so you do have this men in different setups. And maybe one can say a gold digger is better than having a lazy one in the house, because this one, you are married to them. Unfortunately, there's nothing much you can do about them. You have to live with them and endure the pain of having to work for them and support them. And even if you come and say, hey, man, here's a job opportunity, go send your CV there, they don't want to do it.
They don't want to do that.
They want you to spoil them, and they're very spoiled. They're very demanding. They want to dress up. They want to be seen. They want the latest phone. They want you to pour a petrol for them in the car so that they can go and cheat on you. And what is key amongst all these guys is that they cheat a lot. They cheat a lot. So let's go back again to the gold digger.
Yes.
Let's go back to the gold digger.
Remember, you gave us three. I want you to really dig for us there, to really engage us. You gave us three categories.
Yes.
Those were the professional gold diggers. And then were sugar babies.
Sugar babies,
And then the other one
the
is
lazy
husbands.
ones,
It does not fall under the husbands, or it could be a boyfriend as well.
The reason why I don't want to classify it in terms of marriage is because some people are in long-term relationships. They're not married, but they are involved with this person. And the nice thing with those who are not married is that they can get rid of him. But they are not getting rid of him because he's giving them some kind of status, to say, at least I have a man, I'm going home to somebody. And as much as this person can seem to be useless for them, but they need to keep him for other reasons as well. They are giving me a status, and now I don't need to be dealing with issues alone. At least he's there to help me to deal with issues alone. So I need to basically buy him to be in a relationship with me.
Yes. Before we go into that distinction, in these three distinctions, I want to check if gold diggers themselves, so in the third category, that which you brought in, those are the lazy ones. You say they are the lazy ones. But these other guys who are gold diggers, are they probably working in some way, or would be the people that which are totally not working, they work on you as a woman?
Usually gold diggers are not working.
Okay.
Most of the time. These are the guys who always have a deal that is pending. They're always selling you dreams. No, there's these deals. I'm busy with these guys. There's this tender that's coming. And they're very clued up. And so I'm saying to you that they're very smart. They're always papers. They're always busy on their laptop. They're busy with something other than bringing income. So the reason why they do that is so that they can keep you on a leash, believing that when the tender comes, the money is coming. When this deal goes through, the money is coming. And they are not intending to work. Now, what you see is that they spend time on social media and they post themselves a lot. Now, and they post themselves a lot and showing off, this lavish lifestyle that you are funding. But they never post pictures with you on social media. And the reason why they do that is that they're preparing themselves for their next victim.
Victim.
So they create a life that, people think that these guys are living large. And even when you meet them, because you've seen them in the social media driving fancy cars, they don't tell you that actually there's a woman who's finding this lifestyle.
Sure.
They tell you, this is how I live. When they come to you and they say, look, there's a deal that is pending, it needs 500K, but once it clocks, I will repay you back. Because you have seen their lifestyle, you don't know that there was another woman who was financing that lifestyle. You are more prone to believe them. Because you've seen indeed
they're more like scammers as well.
It's scamming. It's basically that. It's basically scamming. Hence I say these are the ones who've made a career out of it. So they come to you and you'd go take out a loan for them because you know what this guy is genuine, is legit. And hence I say to you, they're well articulated and they know this one and that one and that. They know everybody,
Sure.
And sometimes they will intentionally, let me call the mayor. And they'll make a phone call. Yeah, they'll make a phone call to somebody who's prominent. And, hey, man, mayor or so and so, how's the deal coming through? No, don't worry. Okay, I'll call you tomorrow.
Would that be a real call or it's a fake call?
Look, it depends. Sometimes, indeed, they are connected to certain people.
Okay.
But sometimes, obviously, they can make a fake call so that they can scam you of your money. But bear in mind, this person is your boyfriend.
Yes.
They're not going anywhere. It's just they are selling you dreams so that you can keep financing their lifestyle. There are so many women who are going out taking loans for these guys, but what they do, they're very smart, Lemza. They prey on women who are vulnerable.
Okay.
Women who are not confident about themselves. Women who wants to appear with something that looks good out there. Yes. And they don't have it.
Sorry, I want us to go slow on there.
Yeah.
I want us to go slow. I want you to repeat that for our viewers.
Yeah.
So that they understand to say, who are the targets?
The targets, yes.
Yes.
So in short, the targets are women who don't have confidence about themselves.
Okay.
And those who want to have something that looks prominent and they don't have it. And then those who want to appear as though they have it all. They've got a good man and who loves them and so forth.
Wow.
But in essence, this man can sense and they know it. So they actually spend time on social media. If you ask any woman who has been with a gold digger, they'll tell you, they spend time on social media. They make sure that the public knows about them. And if they do post about you, it will just be once off and bragging. But they will tell other people, no, it was just a friend. I was just, sharing something with her and so forth. And you find women complaining too much to say, but you'd never post me. That's why you find that song, Kamakadze, I won't post it. It's because these guys are not interested at showing you off. They're interested in at showing off about themselves.
About themselves.
Your job is just to maintain and finance their lifestyle, And these guys are cheaters. They cheat a lot. So usually you're not the only woman.
Sure.
There's another one who pays for this, there's one who pays for that, and there's another one who pays for that. And all these women don't even know that they're financing this guy's lifestyle. And to them, to all these women, they're thinking this is our main guy.
Hey.
And he's very critical. He'll tell you that, look, you cannot be posting me on social media, but I'm a public figure. So my reputation is very important. So they hold you to post them so that people don't see that this is your boyfriend. They don't even want people to know that you are dating them.
Sure.
And they keep lying to you.
It must remain underground.
It must remain underground. Because their job is when they're done with you, they go to the next.
Sure.
So this guy is almost funny, man. Almost Zulu. They're not in love. They're not in love with you. That is why every time, the moment as a woman you raise a conversation about where is this relationship going, all hell will break loose. Why are we talking about these things? I told you I'm focused on my business. Why? I'm focusing first on my business, but the business never materializes. You are just holding on to the bird's feathers. The bird is gone.
Sure. Now, what this woman should do, always is sold a dream. Could at any time this dream comes into realization that there is funds. Now, but you touched something. Could it be that this man can get some funds that which, because he says they are cheaters, can get some funds from another woman, and then he showed to this one to say, the deal has broke through for us. To pray her even more. Is that the game?
That's how they play the game. Sometimes they go to an extent of borrowing money from their friends to say, look, I've got 200K. Here it is. And maybe I want to start this business. I need 500K. Can you go get me the 300K? So you thinking, okay, he's got 200K. Maybe this is a good thing. Let me just support him so that he doesn't one day wake up and say, as your partner, you did not want to support me. So they play this game very well because the intention is to milk you and finish you. And there's a lot of women who don't understand and know that because they don't want to lose this guy. And remember, this is a charmer. This is a very good-looking guy.
Good, yes.
When you come with him, your friend says, yo, show me, there. But also, what's going to kill you is that because you've presented him as this charmer who's a nifty dresser, and who is good-looking, you also want to maintain that facade for him.
Yes.
So you as well are going to make sure that you buy him nice clothes. So that when you go out to the parties with friends can say, no, your man, is hot. So he does that intentionally to lock you into some kind of an unwritten agreement whereby you are now willingly going to an expensive designer shop to buy for him because he's made you realize that I don't wear anything less than this particular designer clothes. So and women, because they love that, they love a man who smells good, who dresses well, who speaks well. They are willing to maintain that for what? Reputation purposes.
For their reputation as women. So what started to be for the benefit of this man who is a gold digger, it ends up now the tables kind of turn that this woman also will start to feel good about this man. And go all out to maintain this man. So that when she appears in the public, she will be really say, wow.
Yeah, she's fallen into a trap in essence. Now she's the one who's actually pushing this man, to live this lavish lifestyle, and to show off, baby, what about this? Baby, what about that? And unfortunately, when they find women like that who did not have maybe a man, maybe they don't have a child, and they're just alone, it's just, themselves. So these women find a sense of belonging when this man comes into their life. And the one thing that they do well is that they are charmers. So they tell this woman how beautiful she is. Now, bear in mind, if you're dealing with a woman here who's suffering from low self-confidence, it boosts that confidence to a point where he feels, I need this. I need this dopamine that I'm getting from this guy. I
It
feel
feels
good.
good.
It feels good. He makes me feel good. I don't even see my imperfections anymore.
Sure.
And he does that. And he calls you baby.
This man does not critique you.
No ways.
You are always appreciated.
You are always appreciated. I mean,
Sure.
he tells you how smart you are, how nice you are, and you look at yourself with it, but I need this. So he's working on your emotions to make you believe that you are the best thing ever. However, there's a twist to this.
Okay.
Once he's done with you, now he's found the next victim. He starts to emotionally abuse you.
Sure.
He goes exactly to the very same things that he used to say to you that made you feel important and better about yourself. Who was going to date you looking like that? I made you. You are here because of me.
Now,
If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't. So why is he doing that? He does that so that you can forget about him coming to scam you.
sure.
You start to feel bad about yourself.
You start to look into yourself.
Yeah.
And you are really crushed
And
now.
you are justifying his abuse towards you to say, but I can also see I'm not looking good for myself. So this guy indeed was making me a favor. Now, many people don't realize that that's a ploy, to escape, to say, even if I were to leave you, you can't blame me. Because
There's reasons.
There's reasons. So don't tell me that you've been giving me money, therefore I loved you genuinely. They make you believe that they loved you. But they make you also believe that because of this and this about you, therefore that's why I'm leaving. So they go and find something wrong with you so that you can start to accept that the reason why they left you is actually genuine. And meanwhile, it's not.
So in other words, they plan their exit.
Yeah.
That their exit should be also so heart-crushing
Yeah.
that you don't go after them
Yeah.
anymore.
And then you know what they do? They're very smart.
Eh.
So once they find the next victim, let's assume that the next victim knows about you and her or you and him. So the first thing that they do, they say to the next victim, no, don't worry. You are here, it's Park Station. When they find the next woman, they post her on social media immediately after the breakup. So that this next victim can start to think, I'm the one. And that posting has already won this woman. Because of that, this woman thinks now the society and community know about us. She's now going to go to the extent of keeping that. To say, now because people know about us, I don't want to lose him. She's now going to go do everything for him. Until such time where this guy says, and like, you know what, you irritate me, stop posting about me. Then now, the moment he does that, you must know. He's planning for an exit.
For an exit.
Now he's found another victim.
Sure.
Now, and then they are going to turn you into a cycle. She gets to this next victim and say, I don't want this woman, but she keeps now forcing me to be with her. That's why she's posting us on social media. She's in denial. So they make you the problem. They make you the cycle. They make you believe that there's something wrong with you, and they tell everybody else that, no, don't see her posting me like that. She is a psycho. And indeed, people start to look at you as a psycho.
That is your entire image now is tarnished.
It's tarnished. But that's also, remember, it's intentional. So that,
because you must move on.
Yeah, and then so that he can make the next victim to believe that, he's the best thing that a woman needs to hold on to. Because if you don't hold on to this one, that other woman will be coming to take him. So it's a game that they play, and women end up thinking that maybe there's something wrong about them. And there's nothing wrong about them. It's just this guy is playing them. He makes them believe that I was the best thing that has ever happened to you. Without me, you are nothing. But it's a game that gold diggers are playing. But the other thing that they do, these gold diggers and fundis, is that they have mastered the art of being good in bed.
Okay.
So they'll give you the best sex ever. And that... Yeah, no, they say, they bring best to left, right, and center. They don't play like that. Best is always waiting for them. And they use it like nobody's business, because remember, they need to service you in all of the areas. They can't give you anything. But in that area, they make sure that they deliver, bro.
Yeah, they shut your brain.
They shut your brain. Like Vala, until you get so confused, but what am I going to do? Where am I going to get that satisfaction? So it's not like they leave you empty-handed. They give you something that they know you're going to want more of. But when they finish you, they will leave you finished completely.
Finished completely.
Yeah, so most women are not aware of that. And these guys are not necessarily well educated. You know, however, they have self-taught themselves how to become manipulators.
Sure.
And they are very smart in that.
Yo, I'm just imagining now this woman that was elevated,
Yeah.
was over the moon, was in the clouds. And then all now of her kingdom now is crushed down.
Yeah.
To say, what's happening to this woman? How does this woman deals with this?
Yeah. Look, you see, the difficult part of this whole thing is that you have now created a particular lifestyle as a result of this guy.
Yes.
A lifestyle that you would not generally have, you know, being accustomed to. Now, suddenly this guy is no longer in the picture. You have lost now your identity. You no longer know yourself anymore.
You become confused.
You become confused. What's even worse is that you stop now trusting people who come into your life. You question every person's motive who comes into your life. You no longer know the real meaning of what is a true relationship, you know. But also you get confused as to who am I in essence? Am I the woman before this guy, or am I the woman with this guy? Bear in mind that he was also making you to do things that you wouldn't generally have done on your own. And some of these things you basically got accustomed to. But what is even worse for you is that you may want to maintain the status quo. So what happens is that you go for another gold digger.
Gold digger.
Yeah, so you go again.
So you become an easy victim.
Now you become an easy victim, but also for yourself to maintain the standard that you've had. So you can't go and find somebody who's less than that one.
Yes.
You need to keep this man at that level. Then you go now for a worst one. And you see, women who find themselves in that situation, it becomes a perpetual cycle that doesn't end. And they end up saying, why do I keep attracting the same guys? No, it's because you were psychologically messed up by the first one.
Yes.
So now your brain is always directing you to people who are like the first one.
Like the first
yeah.
one.
So you don't realize that now you've got trauma in your brain that is causing you to go look around for the same problem, because why? You want to maintain the status quo. People must see you with Mr. Johnny Cash, you know, and it ends there. And that's why when you get to a restaurant, they don't buy cheap wine, these guys. They buy the most expensive, you know, and they made it clear to you that I'm the one carrying the cut, because they want to appear as though they are the ones who are paying. So when you get paid, the money goes into your account, but you give him the cut. And there are women who go to an extent of creating a secondary cut for them, you know, and these guys, they don't even have, you know, they're so courageous to a point that they'll take your car and go take another girlfriend to the movies, to the shops, to do grocery in your car.
In your with your money.
With your money. And even buy stuff for that other woman. And unfortunately, because this is embarrassing for most women, they don't even want to talk about it.
Sure. I'm just imagining as we talk, how many women who've been preyed in this way and who are probably broken as we talk, and then who are crying tears to say, hey, I was taken for the ride here.
Yeah.
But I want to ask, I assume that what we've been dealing with now is a professional
Gold digger.
Gold digger.
Yeah.
So you gave us 3, and then what are other 2, if you can just break that down for us?
We've got sugar babies.
Sugar babies.
Yeah. Sugar babies is these guys who go out and enter into relationships with sugar mamas.
Okay.
You know, older women, basically. And they just want to be treated like children. And you are going to be shocked that it is not the younger men who are doing that.
Okay.
Even not only the younger men, rather, but even the older men, you know, because these are the guys who grew up, you know, under a boom mass banner.
Okay.
That every time they want to do something, it's mama this, mama that. They're basically mama's boys, you know. And they are so not used to standing on their own.
Okay.
They want somebody else to stand with them. And they are not also willing to work as well. They just want to get things for free. You know, so they go around intentionally preying on older women. I mean, there has been many stories where older women come and say, this boy has scammed me of my pension. This boy has scammed me of my millions for so and so. So these ones are intentional in terms of we only date older women because we want to be mothered.
Okay.
Yeah, and these older women have got money. They sometimes buy townhouses for these boys or a place to stay and, a car, and then they put petrol. His job is just to go service this woman.
Hey,
And
that is it.
That is it. And there are women, obviously, who are courageous enough to be in public with them. But they don't want to be seen in public with these older women. In fact, if they do get seen in public, they don't go around saying, this is my girlfriend. They either say it's my mother or it's my aunt or something like that, because they don't want to be perceived as they are sugar babies, but they are. So they spend their time looking for these older women. And it's easy to get these women because social media these days allow us access to people's lives. And when they go and approach these women, they make them feel young again.
Okay.
So you do find these women who also don't want to grow up. They feel young again. And these boys are so good in charming these older women to say, no, but you're 60, but you look 40. And suddenly you say that to a woman, she starts to feel, maybe
she starts
still
glowing
appealing,
now.
She starts to glow. And eventually, when this guy come again, then pesu gang. They do a great job, in bed for these women. And these women, because now they've got all this money in the world, they are willing to go all out for these boys.
Sure. So sex is a trader here.
Yeah.
They trade with it.
Yeah.
This men gold digger. So they exchange all the luxury they get
Remember,
for sex.
Sex becomes currency for them. And also, you must also remember that these older women, sometimes they're just alone. The children have left the house. Maybe she's just working, she's alone. So she spends most of the time alone. So to a certain extent, that sex is accompanied by companionship.
Okay.
And as much as the conversation doesn't flow, because you can imagine the age difference here. These are young boys. But because the sex is good, at that point, it makes this woman to feel like, I'm young again. And what is also nice about it, it comes with less responsibility. This woman doesn't have to answer to this young boy. She still calls the shots, if you think about it. She calls the shots, she dictates to this young boy, he tells this young boy what to do, and this young boy submits to that authority. Different from the gold digger. The gold digger is in charge. This one is not.
Is not.
Yeah, the sugar baby is not in charge.
the mother who is in charge.
Here the mother is the one who's in charge. She calls the shot. She decides. If this boy has got a girlfriend, she decides what happens in that relationship.
Sure.
Because usually, because they wouldn't want to be seen in public with them, they wouldn't tell them to leave their young girlfriend. In certain cases, they would even sponsor that relationship. This boy would be coming with nice things for the girlfriend, but you won't tell the girlfriend, we've got a sugar mommy who's actually financing. He drives a nice car. The girlfriend does not know where the car is coming from. But there's somebody else who's financing that. That's a sugar mommy.
Sure. Yeah, that's our world, man.
That's where we live in, unfortunately. Look, it's happening, it's rife. And that's why when you meet somebody, you got to know what is their source of income. And you got to know their movements and their whereabouts and so forth. Many people don't care. If you come driving a fancy car and you've got money, people don't ask, where is this coming from? But if I tell you now, most of these things, they go to an extent that the girlfriend end up knowing that there's a sugar mama who's financing it. But because she wants the lifestyle, she can't tell the men to leave the sugar mama.
That is, she's led into this.
She's
now.
led into this, yeah.
She's in the lifestyle.
Yeah.
She's having all, man.
And I know of a scenario where this particular sugar mama invited the girlfriend and the boyfriend to a threesome. That they obliged, unfortunately, to do that. So the sugar mamas also may want to explore, there are certain intimate desires that they had using these young people. And people don't talk about that because the sugar mama is doing what? Paying us very well. And we speak a lot about sugar daddies, but we speak less about the sugar mama relationships. But there are so many men who are in relationships like that. What's even worse is that there are men who are married and unemployed and involved with the sugar mama who's financing that family.
That family.
Yeah.
So this gets into the third category. Does it get into that? The lazy ones.
You've got a difference here.
Okay.
Now, the lazy ones, They don't have interest in sugar mamas
Okay.
at all. They don't have interest in becoming gold diggers.
Ah.
They go into a marriage with an intention of having their wives working for them. they don't want to work. And they're very smart. They go and look for these women who are ambitious. Go find most of these women who are ambitious are sitting with the lazy ones. It's not a matter of these guys, they've got qualifications. They've gone to school.
But they don't want to go work.
They want you to become their slave. They don't even want to lift a finger.
They don't stress themselves.
No, these guys are sleeping easy. Month end when you are going up and down saying, the bills are, they're on the PlayStation. They're sitting on the PlayStation. They're not worried about anything. Because why? They want to remain a baby forever.
But now the difference with them, I'm checking with the other two to say they can exchange all of that for sex. Are they also for the same? Or the game here is different?
What's even worse is that you even hear their wives complaining to say, he doesn't even give me good sex. Or he doesn't even, become intimate with me. So this one, his intention is not sex, it's just to go there and just lazy around and let you work for him.
And be maintained.
Yeah, you must just be maintained. And hence I'm saying that, even when it comes to intimacy, most of these women complain, I'm not even getting intimacy from this person. And that's why most of these women end up cheating. And when you cheat on him, you're thinking he'll leave you. Good luck. They don't just leave, because they know that going to find somebody else again who can work for me might be difficult. So they stay. So they basically become a burden in your life because you want them to grow. You want them to do something with their life. They are well educated. They are smart. They can think. But they just want to become a sloth and just live and then prey on you and have you financing their lifestyle. That's it.
Sure. Then I'm imagining that if it will happen that they get job, it's either 3 months down the line, they resign.
They always complain about something wrong at work.
At work.
Yeah, and here, and I'm sure women can resonate with this. Yeah. They can resonate with it that I found a job for him. This is the 7th job I'm finding for him, but he doesn't last. And the intention here is not the job.
Even a business.
Even if you give him money to start the business, 3 months that money is finished.
It's finished.
What's even worse, you might not even see and know what he's done with the money. The intention is for you to work for him. It's got nothing to do with him becoming better. He's made up his mind, and usually people like that, they are spoiled bred from families who were well off. That they were never taught how to survive on their own. So instead of them going out there to work for themselves, they want somebody to do it because they are used to their mothers working for them. So it's easier for him to just sit at home. And what's even worse, when you go to work, you're thinking you'll come back and find him cooked, prepare a meal for you. Good luck. They don't cook, they don't clean, they're just lazy. Yeah, he stays home, he says, no, find a helper. And then you find the helper who can come and cook for him and cook for everybody else while you leave him at home going to work, and he does absolutely nothing. Yeah.
Now tell us, man, where do we find such women?
Fundis, I don't want you to find these women.
Where are these women found, man?
I don't want you to find them, Fundis, because we're messing up the society here.
Yes.
These women go into relationships with the intentions, of finding a good man. And on a serious side of these things, Fundis, is that it is these women who end up so heartbroken.
Yes.
And then later we start to call them evil. But we don't understand the pain that they have endured as a result of this men who seems to be like phantoms, that we don't talk about them because the things that they do, it happens in the secret.
Yes,
so the society doesn't know about what these men are doing to these women. So these women are all over, Fundis. They are all over. If you go to social media today, you find that there's a whole lot of women who are single women.
Yes.
We know about them. It's just most of them have been beaten so much that they don't want to take the chances anymore. Most women are now opting to remain single because they've been abused, they have been used, and they've been broken into pieces.
So these gold diggers, I just want to come there. Say these gold diggers, they study people on social media. So they find some in the social media.
And I remember because these women talk, I'm singing, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that. Men are this, men are that. So by the time this guy goes, he's already done his study. So he's got information about you. He knows what you like. He will bring you exactly that. And in the beginning, they're very sharp. They will bring you gifts. They will take you out and take you to very fine dining places. So that when you start to take them out, you know that, oh, this is not the guy who goes to Wimpy. This one must go to Signature.
Sure.
Yeah. So he needs to go to a top restaurant. But he plants that seed in your head for you to understand that I can't just take him out anywhere.
He makes you to trust him.
Yeah. When I buy him a gift, I can't just buy a gift anywhere. And he was going to do that and take you to these places for you to believe that this is a genuine man. So women have fallen prey to those guys. Now they realize that, you know what, even the genuine ones, we can't trust anymore. So let's just rather remain what? Single. It's not ideal, but that's what most women opt for.
Yes. Let's empower women now.
Yeah.
To say, how do women could spot such men? Are there any signs to spot these gold diggers?
Yeah. There's a lot of science, Mfundisi, but you see, the trick here is not necessarily for you to look at the sign. The trick is here for you to look at your vulnerability.
Okay.
Because if you're going to go into a relationship out of need, you might miss the signs.
So you'll be blinded.
You will be blinded because now you are in a vulnerable position. And I think what is key is for you as a woman, number one, to be self-sufficient. Number two, to be well attuned with your emotions. Number three, be able to stand on your own and not be swayed by persuasion way or persuasive words or pressure from friends. But number four, know your values.
Yes.
If I am this woman, how do I define myself? Because sometimes you could be driven by status, the need for status. That's not you, it's a need for status.
Yes.
But once your values are grounded and you know very well that I am driven by this particular value. I need somebody, number one, who respects me. Number two, who's willing to go all out for me. Number three, somebody who's willing to lay his life down for me. But when I say all these things, I have to have like standards to say, how do I measure that? So you need to have your own standards to say, this is how I'm going to measure somebody who can lay their lives down for me.
Yes.
And number four, I don't want a man who's going to come here and present himself as though he is moneyed. He needs to come present himself as himself. And so that I can be able to fall in love with him and not his assets or his money. Now, usually most women, they go out there and they say, I want a man who's well off. There's nothing wrong with that. But that can get you into trouble because he could be flashing somebody's material as though it is his. And as a result, lock you in a situation whereby you start to do something for him, thinking, I want to maintain this lifestyle. Meanwhile, the owner of the house and the boat and the car have gone to overseas for 2 months and they have left him with taking care of their assets. So women must always be attuned to their own, values and emotions. And then these guys, they're very smart, number one.
Yes.
And they're very flashy on social media.
Yes.
They are the first guys to tell us where they are, show off, but you hardly see them with women. If that guy takes a picture with his woman, there'll be other people in the picture, other women or other friends, so that it does not become clear, whose partner is who's there. And they always say the nice things that a woman wants to hear. They call you beautiful, they call you all nice names that will make you to melt, when they speak to you. And then most of them are unemployed. And they are unemployed, but they say to you they are self-employed. Yeah, because they've got so much time to go and hustle and do other things. And they will always come to you with a business idea.
Sure.
They always have a business idea. You need to know.
There's something at hand all the time.
There's always something at hand. The moment he starts to speak like that, then you know, I need to be careful here. Until you see the results of that business, you're not spending any money. And the problem with women is that when they're in love, they sometimes tend to forget who they are. They splash the money on you like nobody's business.
Sure.
So stop splashing money on somebody you are not married to.
I want us, as we are to wrap, I want us to bring association if there is any similarity with some mental challenges with this man.
Yeah.
I am picking up more narcissism in this man.
Yeah.
Are this man narcissists?
Look,
Or there is a greater extent of that?
there's a whole lot of dynamics here, but narcissism is one of them. It's about them, and nobody else.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
so there's a high possibility of narcissism, and or you pick up a lot of that when you're dealing with them. But also, most of them could be coming from backgrounds that are very poor,
Okay.
and they have found a way to survive.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they have made a vow to say they will survive at all cost, even if it means they have to sacrifice somebody else for them to survive. So they're coming from backgrounds like that where their lives was just purely survival of the fittest. Or they may be coming from well-off families where they misbehaved and then the family cut them off. So in order for them to continue with that lifestyle, they go out preying on women who are well off so that they can maintain their lifestyle. To also show his family that, you see, you thought you were going to get rid of me. Look at me, I've made it. But they're not
Yes.
making it on their own and by their own hands. They're making it by preying on somebody else and let somebody work for them.
Yo, Mr. Elijah. Hey man, you have really went deep in this mine. Yeah, and then we really trust that our viewers, they've picked up a lot today.
Yeah.
And especially the women, because they are prayed.
Yeah.
And
They don't even know it, eh?
they don't even
They don't
know
even
it.
know it. Every day there's somebody who checks their social platform. I think what also women need to do is to stop, speaking so much about themselves, because these perpetrators, they are waiting to check, and they see every day who is who. And when they come to you, they're gonna give you exactly that which you are desiring, and they will tell you all the nice things that you want to hear because they know there's a need. You're struggling from something, and women must also stop looking, down on themselves and say, because I'm not good looking, therefore no man will want me. The man that is for you will come your way one day. But stop going to the extent of saying, I found such a cute and handsome guy, and go out of your way at all costs to keep him. It's not worth it. That guy could be there purely because he wants to use you. What's even worse is that there are guys who have got girlfriends that know that my man is on a mission. And they will chow you and finish you while they're maintaining their lifestyle with your money. So women must really, really be careful of that.
Sure. At home, this is insightful exchange.
Yeah.
We really bring insight in real matters and which affect us in real life. And what is a pickup for us today is that women, be careful when you're vulnerable. Because there are men that are really looking, are watching at you, your moves, your steps, what you say, what you post, then where you are. So they are very much aware in terms of your interest. It's like they make the entire homework or research about you. When they come to you, they already know. And we want to say we are very much sorry for those of you women who are really in tears now, heartbroken, because you realized very late when you became broke that man was not the real person for you. But we are here and we are available to provide help and assistance that which you may need. You can contact us and then we can engage with you, providing therapies, assisting you to really deal with the matters of your life so that you become a better person. Say, Elijah, we are done here.
This is insightful exchange, my brother. We are here to help those we can help.
Yes.
It doesn't end here. Let our viewers also send us topics that they want us to address so that we can delve deep into those topics and help them to understand why they do the things that they do or why things are happening as they're happening.
Amen. We are done here. Thank you very much. Shalom.
Shalom. We are like, okay, Producer, producer is seeing 10,000 views. Producer